Welcome people to another college-related video. And yes, it's for you senior high students out there who are very anxious about your college admissions test. Yes, you guessed it right, it's about UPCAT and the 10 juicy tips that I have for you in order to pass your college entrance exams. So if you're interested, please subscribe and keep on watching. For those of you like me whose dream school is UP, I know that you can't help but wonder what magic spells there are to pass the UPCAT. But in reality, there isn't. I took the UPCAT a year ago and luckily I was admitted to BS Education at the UP Open University, but I decided to go to UP Los Banos. I'm also a DOST scholar, so you can also use these tips to take the DOST scholarship exam. I'm not exactly the most credible person to tell you what you should do to pass the UPCAT, but I feel like I'm somehow obligated to share with you what worked for me and what I think will also work for you. So once again, you don't have to learn them the hard way. That's why we're going to divide this video into 3 parts: before UPCAT, during UPCAT, and after UPCAT. So let's get right into it. So there are a lot of things that you need to know before applying for UPCAT. And one of those things is you need to know what UPG is. So what is UPG? UPG is the University Predicted Grade. 60% of that grade comes from your UPCAT grade, and 40% of that comes from your high school grades from grade 9 to grade 11. I'm not saying that you need to be smart in high school in order to pass the UPCAT, but for me, it did kind of boost my UPG since my UPCAT grade was kind of average. So it really depends on you on how well you'll do on the UPCAT day itself. So if I were you, I'll get to studying after watching this video. So the second thing that you need to know is that you need to choose your campus and your course wisely. And I cannot stress this enough. You should know that each UP campus has their own specialty. For example, UP Diliman excels in science, education, and research. UP Los Banos specializes in agriculture, forestry, and veterinary medicine. UP Manila specializes in health sciences. UP Baguio specializes in social sciences and humanities. UP Visayas for fisheries and aquaculture. UP Mindanao for sciences and arts. And UP Open University, also known as the virtual university since most of its classes are conducted online, specializes in academics. So each campus has different UPG requirements. So for example, you want to go to UP Los Banos, you need to have a UPG of 2.4. So now, let's talk courses. So when you're going to apply for UPCAT, you have 2 campus choices, and for each campus, you have 4 course choices, so you have to choose them wisely. For me, you have to choose what course you really want to take, because at the end of the day, that's the course you'll be studying for the next 4 years. So might as well choose the course that you really want to take. So now we move on to the review tips that you should be practicing when you're studying for a college entrance exam. So the first thing is answer mock tests only. So this will save you time instead of rereading your old high school books or reading online articles that should only be supplementary reviewers when you don't understand something. This will also give you an overview of what the UPCAT will be and what lessons are going to be included, so that on the UPCAT day itself, you'll already be familiar with the questions you're presented with. I actually provided Google Drive links of mock tests in the description box below. Some of these are what I used back when I was studying for UPCAT, and some of those are updated because I'm nice like that. So make sure to check those out. Okay, so the second thing is review with your friends or attend review centers. So I think this is only applicable if you're comfortable studying in the company of your friends, or if you just simply lack self-discipline when it comes to studying, like me. So you don't necessarily have to enroll in review centers, especially if it's not convenient for you. But it personally helped me in knowing what lessons are going to be in the UPCAT, since I had no idea when I first started reviewing. I also gained friends there that helped me along the way. And also watch out for the UPCAT review sessions that are conducted by UP organizations. I think they're announced in Facebook or on Twitter, so you better watch out for those, because most of the people I know that took the UPCAT back then that attended those review centers passed the UPCAT. But like I said, it depends on the person, but I think you should still give it a try. So the third thing is schedule your review time and practice answering questions under time pressure. So given that we're all in a pandemic and classes are now conducted online, I think that it's good if you set a review time for yourself either 3 hours before your class or after your class, because I think it's better if you set short but consistent review sessions for yourself instead of long but periodic ones. And there are 4 subtests in UPCAT. There's math, there's science, language proficiency, and reading comprehension. At most, you're given 100 minutes for math, 60 minutes for the other 3 subtests. So you should start practicing your mock test under time pressure so that on the exam day itself, you'll know how to manage your time. So be strict with your time and give yourself 30 seconds to 1 minute in answering per question, since time is your enemy in college entrance exams. Practice skipping questions that you don't know instead of just dwelling on them, because for me it's better to lose 1 point over losing 5 points over questions that you could have answered correctly if you just focused on them, right? I also forgot to mention that the exam has a right minus wrong scoring basis. For me, I think it's better to just answer the blank questions instead of just leaving them out, because I don't know, that helped me pass the UPCAT. And finally, before UPCAT, it's better if you just relax days before. Studying the night before won't really help you retain any information, and it will just give you a mental block on the exam day itself. So watch a movie before your UPCAT so that you will be relaxed and your mind will be at ease before the exam. And now for the crucial part of it all. During the UPCAT, answer the last pages first, especially in the math subtest. Believe me when I tell you this, okay? The easiest questions are usually at the end, especially in math, because that's exactly what UPCAT wants you to do. They want you to focus on the first part of the exam because that's where the harder questions are, so that by the end of the subtest, you won't have time answering the easier ones. So when I was taking the UPCAT, I literally forgot this tip. My teacher at the review center told us this, and I was having a mental block when I was answering during the math subtest, and I forgot this tip. So when I turned to the last pages, that's where the logic questions were. And I could have had like 10 more points if I just remembered. That still frustrates me up to this day. I think this tip is very obvious, but it helped me in the reading comprehension part. Read the questions before you read the story or the article that is in the question. You should know what you're looking for before reading the entire paragraph, because this will save you time. I think it's better if you scan the story instead of carefully reading word per word, because there's time pressure. Obviously, it's better to have more time instead of stressing out over how little time you have left. A close friend of mine who's now a UPLB professor told me this very crucial tip, and I think this is such an underrated tip. It helped me save time in the entire UPCAT. Mark your answers first before shading them. So check the boxes or the circles first before shading them, because it will save you time. And believe me when I tell you this, okay? So for example, shade them by 10s or by 20s instead of just shading them individually. It will save you time and it will help you move on to the next questions faster. So now that you're finally done with the exam, forget about it. Don't stress about it too much because it is now out of your hands. Don't overthink about what you could have done better, what you did wrong, and what answers you should have answered. All you can do now is just relax and wait patiently for the results to come out in the following year, maybe around March to May. If you passed, congratulations! And if you didn't, it's not over, because there are so many ways to get into UP. For example, varsity scholarships or the reconsideration or waitlist process, which I will talk about in my next video. So remember that passing the UPCAT does not determine your intelligence, because there are so many summa cum laudes that didn't even pass the UPCAT. So there is still hope. If you want to see my reconsideration or waitlist process, then please like this video. Comment down below what videos you want to see from me. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!